too. My name's Kaylee Jarbo. I would like to start off by telling you that anything you say I will not mention or talk to anyone about unless I know that it's a harm to yourself or others. But I would like to tell you a little bit about myself before we start. I went to University of the Cumberlands in Westport, Kentucky. I graduated with a bachelor degree in human services, and I have 2 daughters and they're twins, and then I have a husband, and we live about 30 minutes from here, which is in Corbin. So, now tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Sarah Schaus. I'm 17 years old, and I originally grew up in Lee County, but I moved to Whitley County. I've been going to school there for 2 years now. I play volleyball and softball, and I absolutely love it. I have 2 younger sisters that are identical twins, and here lately I've just been having a lot of difficulty with my homework, and I think the main reason may be because of the sports I've been playing, because I don't feel like I have enough time to focus on that and to focus on what I need to do for my homework.
Have you tried talking to your coaches about that?
I've talked to them some about it, and all they really say is that I need to learn to manage my time better, and that's what I have trouble with, so them telling me that doesn't really help. It just kind of shows me that I'm right about what I need help with.
Do you think that they would allow you to go to an after school program right after school and then them work with you later on separately by yourself for practice?
They might. Softball might. My volleyball coach is a little bit more strict, but I think that there would be a way somehow. Either if they didn't work with me, my teachers might.
So have you tried talking to your teachers about it too?
A little bit, and they have given me some really good tips. I just have a hard time putting them into action. So,
does your school have after school programs for people?
Yeah, they have a lot of them, but a lot of them interfere with practice, and that's why I haven't really started going to one yet.
Have you tried getting help from your parents?
My parents are that's kind of an iffy subject. Me and my mom get along really, really great, but me and my dad don't really have that great of a relationship. When I was really young, my mom took care of us all the time. My dad worked away from home, and then when he did quit his job far away and started moving back, it was like he wasn't used to the kids being around all the time, so he threatened to leave us, and he did leave for a little bit. And so I'm always trying to impress my dad to make sure that he doesn't leave again, because I feel like it was my fault and my sister's fault, because everything was fine until we came into the picture.
Have you tried to talk to your dad about it?
I'm trying to talk to him about his son, and he says what any parent would say, it wasn't your fault, but, him and my mom were great. And when he was far away from home, everything was great. It didn't start getting bad until he had to actually move in with me, and then my sisters were born, but he's had a better relationship with them. That's why I feel like the majority of it was my fault.
Have you tried to have a one-on-one time with him?
I've tried that a lot, and that was one of the main reasons I started playing softball, because he played baseball in high school, and then he played baseball for Cumberland U. So when I started playing softball, I was hoping that, we could connect because of that. But after I started playing, my sisters decided they wanted to play because they're younger than me, so I guess they look up to me. But they decided they wanted to play, and they were young enough to play Little League. So my dad was their coach. So instead of me connecting with them through that, they connected with him. And, they would have games on days that I had games. So obviously he had to go to theirs. And it almost distances more.
What does your mom have to say about it?
Mom just says that, everybody bonds differently with their parents, Everybody has the one parent that they're closer to. And she says that my sisters just happen to be closer to my dad, and I'm just closer to her. But, I would like to have a good relationship with both of my parents.
What do you think makes you have a better relationship with your mom?
I'm sorry. I think the reason mine and my mom's relationship's better is because when I was really young, my dad worked away from home. So we never really he would come in for like 3 days every 3 months. And so when I was younger, I was constantly with my mom. So we had all this time to bond. And then by the time my dad actually was able to come home, I was in school. So we never got to see each other that much. We'd see each other at dinner and that was about it. But my sisters were young enough to not be in school, so he spent a lot more time with them. So I feel like since they spend more time with Dad, they're closer to him. But, you know, it was like when I was little, all I had was my mom. The major parts of my life where I was learning, you know, what I needed to believe in and what was right and wrong, it was all from my mom. So me and my dad disagree on a lot of things because he sees the world differently than I do.
So does this cause you to be stressed a lot at home?
Yeah, it really does because I'm always scared that I'm going to do something that's going to make him leave again. And, you know, I love my dad. You know, we may not be close, but, you know, he's an important part of my life and I don't want to be without him. But, you know, like I said, I feel like I ran him off before and I'm scared I'm going to do it again.
Do you ever think that maybe like this situation with your dad and like you like not being caught up on your homework has to like go hand in hand?
Sometimes maybe, because he does get mad at me because my grades are slipping and all that, like any parent would. But I feel like that's the main reason that they are slipping, is I'm trying to do so many things to impress him that I'm not focusing on everything else that will make me a better person. I'm focusing on how I'm going to make myself look like a better person to him.
Have you like maybe thought that you should focus more on your homework and like drop a sport or two or?
I've thought about it, but I feel so close to my teammates. It's like those are like my second family. Like I'm around them more than I get to be around my own family. And we can all talk about our problems, so it's kind of hard for me to let go of that part of my life. You know, I understand that homework's important and I need to work on it, but I just don't want to drop what makes me happy to worry about that.
Have you tried asking any of your teammates for help?
A couple of them, but most of them are having the same problems I am as far as not having time to get their homework done. Because it does take a lot of time. You know, if we don't have practice, we've got away games that can be up to 2-3 hours away. So it's hard on everybody.
Well, maybe like after practice, like maybe 1 or 2 days a week, you guys could get together for like an hour and try to help each other work things out.
I think that would be a good idea. It may help all of us, actually.
And you might can get your coaches involved too to get them to help you if you need help.
Yeah, because most of our coaches are teachers too, so.
Well, after school programs, like do they only offer like certain courses or like is it just for anyone?
There's a few that's for certain courses, but there's one that's overall just for whatever kind of help you need personally.
So you can get everything that you need to get?
Yeah.
And do you does your parents have to be involved in that or do you just?
You just do it because of like when you're in elementary school and stuff like that, your parents have to be there, but now that I'm old enough, you know, I can drive myself to and from. So I think my parents might have to sign a paper allowing me to stay over, but I think that's all they have to do.
Do you think they'd be okay with it?
I think they would if they thought it would help me. Because, you know, my parents have always pushed education on me because my mom didn't go to college and then my dad dropped out. And so mom's always had hard jobs and a hard life and my dad's always had really physical jobs. And he's always told us that he doesn't want us to be like that he wants us to be able to make enough money to get by.
So do both of your parents know that you're struggling in school a little bit?
Yeah, my mom especially, because I've talked to her more about it. And, you know, she's the one that pays more attention to, you know, how I did on my grades. But I think my dad's realized it a lot more here recently, especially.
Okay, well, if you need me to, I can like bring you in here next time when you come and we could talk about it so they fully understand what's going on.
Okay, I think that would be a good idea because I've never actually sat down with my dad and told him exactly how I feel because I feel like every time I talk to him, he's got something better going on and he's too busy to worry about me. I think that would help a lot.
Okay, do you think we need to involve your coaches too?
Maybe not my coaches as much because the majority of it, I think, goes with my dad. So I think if I could talk to my parents and be more comfortable with them and have them understand where I'm coming from, that everything will improve.
Okay, so next time you're here, I'll be sure to have your parents in here and we will all talk about it.
All right, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.